RemoteMapp M is a tool that allows remote and precise control of Millumin tree. Once the app is connected to Millumin, all movements will be always in sync with the desktop software, back and forth. We will start by describing how you can manipulate the ledger list located at the left of the screen. In this ledger list, you can select 1, 2, or any number of ledgers of your composition. You can always set ledger's visibility by pressing the eye icon in each ledger's row. You can always collapse the ledger list to have more space during your mapping adjustments. When any ledger is selected and the interface is in the Move Mapping Points operating mode, you will be able to manipulate the mapping corners of the ledger by tapping and dragging in one or any of its 4 positions simultaneously. If you turn Snap Mode on, all corner movements you make are automatically wounded to the most adjacent point of any surrounding ledger of the composition. You can also select another ledger by tapping for 1 second over its surface in the mapping view. Then, you will be able to manipulate any of its mapping corners again by tapping and dragging on any of the 4 mapping corners of the ledger. You can always use Snap Mode to acquire a perfect mapping fast and accurate. Let's suppose you have to pull down several mapping points of multiple ledgers at the same time for adjusting the projection in response to a physical horizontal adjustment made by the crew in stage. First, you have to select all the ledgers that your movement will impact. Then, you must press this button for entering select points and use arrows. Then you must tap in all mapping corners that you want to move simultaneously. Once you have selected all mapping corners, you can see how many pixels they are going to be moved each time you press any of the 4 arrows below. If you set the step slider to 1 pixel, you will get the most accurate pixel precision during mapping. You can now deselect all selected points and then deselect all selected ledgers. Remember, you can always securely manipulate the canvas with 1 or 2 fingers, like zooming your pictures in your mobile device. When you select the Drag Ledgers operating mode, any selected ledger can be dragged with 1 finger across the canvas. You can now start to freely select and drag complete surfaces with 1 finger. In a natural workflow, you can eventually move a point by accident. Don't worry, you can always press undo and then redo if wanted. The refresh button always pulls all the information from Millumin again. You can always press the tiny white arrows in the top of the left and right toolbars to collapse or pan out them. This allows you to have more space when you are doing mapping operations. At the right toolbar, you will find more extensions to control Millumin's timeline. You can change Millumin's columns by pressing the previous and next buttons. You can also stop and play the current selected column. At the bottom of the toolbar, you will find the arrows used to move the mapping corners when Select and Move Points operating mode is selected at the top. When you are moving points, you can enable the gyroscope mode, which makes the step slider to move depending on the inclination of the mobile device or tablet, allowing a skilled user to quickly adjust mapping in stretch timing conditions. At the bottom of the screen, you will find the Settings button, which will open a new view in which you can monitor the status and settings of your connection to Millumin. Although RemoteMapp should detect Millumin automatically, you can force the app to find Millumin again by pressing the Auto-Detect button. If a computer running Millumin is found on the network, the app will auto-set the values in the text fields. You can always input them by hand as well. At the bottom of the screen, you will find information regarding Millumin in case it's necessary. At the right side of the screen, you will find a link to the user's manual and a link to reopen this tutorial, as well as a button to manage your subscription settings. You will also see a label at the top that indicates the status of your subscription, in which this case is as active. If you press the Manage button, you will be able to acquire a new subscription or check the status of the current one. You will see the duration and the buttons to acquire a new subscription. Remember, you will always have a 14-day trial the first time you acquire a new subscription. Please read our terms and privacy policy in our website. Thank you for watching this video.